Hello everyone. So far in all the previous videos, you have understood about the univariate distribution, where observations were given on a single variable, that is arithmetic mean, median, and so on. But suppose there are two variables for several individuals. For example, height and weight of the students, income and expenditure of an individual, and so on. Then how do we compute? In such a case, we find correlation. It is the relationship between the two variables that we need to study. Hence it is called a bivariate distribution of two variables. So let's understand the meaning and types of correlation. Hello everyone. Welcome to our Eco Studies channel. I am Poonam Vora, your instructor from Egypt, bringing 28 years of dedicated CBSE teaching experience. We are introducing series for our subjects to give you an insight of our offered courses on our website that will help you prepare for CBSE and CUET examinations. But before we jump into the concepts, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on any of my free valuable videos. And if you like the content, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Now let's get started. Now let's begin with the meaning and types of correlation. Correlation analysis studies the relationship between two or more variables. It deals with questions such as, is there any relationship between two variables? Say for example, is there any relationship between demand for air conditioners and rise in temperature during summers? Or if the value of one variable changes, does the value of the other variable also changes? For example, what will be the demand for coffee if there is fall in its price? Do both the variables move in the same direction? Or how strong is the relationship? Is there any relationship between demand for electricity and price of shirts? So correlation explains all these aspects. Correlation explains cause and effect relationship between two or more variables, or there may be a situation when third variable affects the two variables. Sometimes statements are made which could just be a coincidence. Let's have a look at some of the statements. Suppose I say low agricultural productivity is related to low rainfall. Now this shows cause and effect relationship very clearly. But if I say the relation between the arrival of migratory birds in a sanctuary and birth rate in the locality, it does not show any cause and effect interpretation. It could just be a coincidence. Or if I say brisk sale of ice creams may be related to higher number of deaths due to drowning, there is no correlation. It is just a coincidence. Because here the victims are not drowned due to eating of ice cream. The brisk sale of ice cream may be due to rising temperature. Or suppose I say large number of people start going to swimming pools to beat the heat. So there is an increased demand for swimming pool membership during summers. This might have raised the number of deaths by drowning. Now here one can notice that there is third variable which may impact other two variables. So these kind of relationships are explained through correlation. Now let us understand, what does correlation measure? Correlation studies and measures the direction and intensity of relationship among variables. So it measures covariation and not causation. Correlation should never be interpreted as implying cause and effect relation. The presence of correlation between two variables x and y simply means that when the value of one variable is found to change in one direction, the value of other variable is found to change either in the same direction, which will be positive change, or in the opposite direction, which will be a negative change. Let us have an overview of the types of correlation. Correlation is categorized on the basis of direction of change. That means it can be positive or negative correlation. Then it is categorized on the basis of degree of change, which is either linear or non-linear in nature, or correlation can also be decided on the basis of number of variables, which is then simple correlation or multiple correlation. Now let us discuss each one of them in slight more details. Positive correlation is one when two variables move in the same direction. That is, if one increases, other also increases, and when one decreases, other also decreases. Have a look at this example, variable x and variable y. In this case, the values of variable x are increasing and values of variable y are also increasing. So this is positive correlation. And next case, values of variable x are decreasing and values of variable y are also decreasing. So it is called a positive correlation. Now linear and non-linear correlation. When the two variables do not change any constant proportion, the relationship is said to be non-linear. Such a relationship does not form a straight line relationship. Have a look at these two variables. Now look at A. The values are changing in the same proportion, that is with the difference of 2. It is a linear correlation. Now if you look at B, you will find that variables are changing not in the same proportion. The second one is with a difference of 4, then it is again 4, and then it is 6 from 12 to 18, and then it is a difference of 7 from 18 to 25, from 25 to 35 is difference of 10. So this is not a linear correlation, or we call it a non-linear correlation. Simple and multiple correlation. In simple correlation, there is a study of two variables only, like relationship between price and demand. Whereas in multiple correlation, when the relationship among three or more variables are studied simultaneously, it is multiple correlation. In such a correlation, the entire set of independent and dependent variables are simultaneously studied. Now let us understand about the degrees of correlation. It can either be positive or negative. Degree of correlation refers to coefficient of correlation. There is a perfect correlation when the two variables change in the same proportion. It may be of two kinds. Correlation is perfectly positive when proportional change in two variables is in the same direction. In that case, coefficient of correlation is +1. Perfect negative correlation is when proportional change in two variables is in the opposite direction. In this case, coefficient of correlation is -1. High correlation is when the correlation of two series is very close to 1, that is, it varies between 0.75 and 1 in positive and 0.75 and 1 in negative. Moderate correlation is when the correlation of two series is neither large nor small. It is called moderate and the coefficient lies between plus 0.25 and plus 0.75 and minus 0.25 and minus 0.75. Low correlation is when the correlation of two series is very small. That is, the degree lies between 0 and plus 0.25 for positive low and minus 0.25 and minus 1 for negative low. And zero correlation means whether it is positive or negative, that the two variables does not exhibit any relationship. Let's recall some of the properties of correlation. First and the most important property is that correlation has no units. It's a pure number. A negative value of R indicates inverse relationship, and if R is positive, the two variables move in the same direction. If R is equal to 0, two variables are uncorrelated. There is no relationship between them. If R is equal to 1 or R is equal to minus 1, the correlation is perfect or proportionate. The value of correlation coefficient lies between minus and plus 1. That is, it is less than 1. That is, it is less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1. A recap. You have understood the meaning, types, degrees, and features of correlation in this video. Next time we shall begin with scatter diagram. Till then, keep learning about it. Thank you. To learn more, visit our website and enroll in our courses to master economics and get a higher score in CBSE and CUET examination. With our current introductory offer, you can enroll in each of the courses for just Rs 999. So, seize the opportunity and join before the introductory offer expires. Like, share and subscribe to Eco Studies channel. Also, drop a comment. See you in the next session for another concept. Thank you.